All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. What we have for you today is definitely what we kind of made our name off of yet again, a 2014 Super Snake. This one being the ultra rare hole shot package. We've had so many now. I think, you know, it's close to about 30, maybe more. The last 4 we had really kind of, you know, since social media got together, kind of exploded as of, you know, the last X amount of years, because we really haven't had that many Super Snakes as recent. They were really cars that we had back in, I would say, like 2010s. Obviously some, as time went on, 1 or 2 here. Had the privilege of owning some really exclusive Super Snakes. Right now we have the 07 wide body hole shot that will be going to Mecum, that was owned by Carol. But the 4 that we had, it was a Kona blue red stripe convertible. We had a red wide body just like this, but a wide body car with 8,000 miles. That one sold on Bring a Trailer. We also had a Grabber blue convertible, and then the one that really caught the attention of pretty much every Shelby enthusiast out there was the 2014 wide body hole shot that we had listed for $275,000. We had over 215 grand in receipts on that car. And since then, these cars have done exactly what we thought they would, continuously increase in price. People are finally now, as we go to shows, we are talking to people, understanding, paying more attention to what these Super Snakes are. There was such a long period of time where these cars were really slept on, super underrated. And we were just, you know, talking, I was telling Jeremy off camera, those 4 that we just recently had back in the later part of 2021, early part of 2022, really put these cars on the map, in my opinion. This one, I would say, is one of the cleanest of all the Super Snakes we've had. Only 1,100 miles, a 1 owner, the ruby red metallic, and we're gonna get into all of the options that this car has. Really, what's awesome about this car, in my opinion, is that it's really a sleeper. You see this car, there is no wide body, so you're not drawn to the aesthetics of the back end. You look at it, to most, they're seeing a GT500, which obviously we know that's not the case with these Super Snakes. But with the whole shot package, you're going from 850 horse all the way to 1,000. So you're talking about a Super Snake that's a sleeper. That's crazy to say, because we know that, you know, they are equipped with 850 horsepower. But with that hole shot, without that wide body, there weren't many hole shots made in total. I would think, based off what we're hearing, for the 13, 14 model, somewhere around 30, but a lot of those cars were wide bodies. So to find one owner, 1,100 miles, literally perfect, not a flaw on the car, with the hole shot, that is a real rare piece. I would say there's a good likelihood that this car is a 1 of 1 in the ruby red metallic with just the hole shot. The last one we had was a wide body, no hole shot. So we're gonna get into you know, the options, what the cost was, and all of that stuff here shortly on our 2014 Super Snake. So as some of you may know, watching our previous videos and what we've had, or maybe you are just up on some of the news, the 07 Super Snake was the first year that the Super Snake program was opened. You would have to send a GT500 back to Shelby, Vegas, or other areas of the country. Also in Canada, they did some conversions as well. Shelby, Vegas, the most known, the most valuable. People like having a Super Snake that was done in Shelby, Vegas. Shelby and Vegas are kind of, you know, tied together, so those cars that are done there tend to do more money. The program was open from 07 to 14 for the GT500s. That's why we like those years, and we've said this on numerous videos before. After that, they used a GT premium body after 2014, so it was a much cheaper car. So when you see Super Snakes from 2015 all the way to the Super Snakes of today, they're not using the GT500s. They were using a much cheaper car, which is why the prices of those cars are down in comparison to the 13, 14s especially. Also the last years for the GT500 to have a manual transmission. When they came back in 2020, everything was an automatic. So that's why, you know, we love the 07 to 14 models, especially the 13, 14s, because you had the 5.8 liter V8 with the 662 horsepower. The body lines of it, the aesthetics, everything about it screams American muscle. This 2014 Shelby GT500 Super Snake checks all the right boxes. During its upgrade from a Ford SVT Shelby GT500 into a Super Snake, and if you guys have not had a chance to see what exactly goes on from a Shelby GT500 to a Super Snake, we do have a video that will show that, and we'll put the notification right up here in the top right, so you guys, if you have time or want to kind of get educated on the whole process of what goes on, you're getting a totally different car. In this video that we did back when we had our Grabber Blue cars, we'll show you everything. You can see them side by side of the GT500 to the Super Snake. So this Shelby GT500 got turned into a Super Snake at the Shelby American factory in Las Vegas. The gorgeous Mustang Coupe received plenty of extras, including the ultra rare whole shot package, which was only offered for a brief time. This one was done, I think it was August of 2013. I know it was 2013. And it was only initially offered for the 13, 14 models. So you don't see hardly any other years get that whole shot package. And it took you from 850 horse all the way to 1,000 horsepower. And a little bit, we're gonna tell you exactly what is included with that whole shot package. So as if the optional Kenny Bell liquid cooled 3.6 liter supercharger was apparently not enough, you got beefed up to 1,000 horsepower. Since 2007, Shelby American has offered the Super Snake package for Fords from 07 to 14. When the Shelby badge appears together with the name Super Snake, you know it's going to be something unique, something only a Shelby can be. The 2014, along with the 2013 models, were the last true Mustang that Carroll had his fingerprints and DNA in. Another reason why the 13 and 14s are the most sought after Super Snakes. Before the conversion to a Super Snake status, the 13-14 Shelby GT500s packed a 5.8 liter V8 derived from the aluminum block 5.4 engine found in earlier versions. A 2.3 liter Eaton supercharged increased compression and improved bottom end strength. Oiling and cooling combined to produce the 600 plus horsepower, which was targeted by Ford's SVT engineering team, who took no time in declaring that they were not finished. The 2013 and 14 Super Snakes offered two stages of tune, with the standard version using a Whipple supercharger and rated at 662 horsepower and a 631 pounds-foot of torque, numbers that made it the most powerful, mass-produced V8 engine in the world. Then you had another option to either go with the Whipple supercharger or what this has, the polished Kenny Bell. The Kenny Bell polished is eye candy under the hood. This even goes to another level because of that whole shot package. A Tremec 6-speed manual transmission with a short throw shifter and a 331 differential with heavy duty axles, Shelby upgraded suspension, and Shelby disc brakes with 6-piston front and 4-piston rear calipers are an integral part to the Super Snake treatment. Unique exterior features added further definition to the Super Snake package, including a unique fiberglass hood with an enlarged snorkel air intake and new front and rear fascias. Introduced at the 2013 Detroit Auto Show, the new version took the Super Snake formula to an all-new high of 850 horsepower using a liquid-cooled 3.6 liter Kenny Bell supercharger, Shelby-tuned exhaust, air-to-water intercooling, and a high-performance radiator and cooling system. That is one thing on this car that I absolutely love. We've had a couple of them. They all don't have this, but the Super Snake radiator in the front, right above that perfect carbon fiber front splitter, which does not have a mark on it on this car, really looks good. Just a nice little touch. Again, these little touches just make the car different from other Super Snakes that we've had or that you see out there. The CSM number 14 SS0061. Why is that important? You see some knockoff Super Snakes out there. To really make sure that what you're looking at is a true Super Snake, it needs to have a CSM number. So if you're in the market, make sure you get that CSM number. It should be right on the console. And the SS stands for Super Snake. Obviously the 14 is the year, and then the number. This one here, 61, 0061. This 2014 GT500 Super Snake is showing 1,154 miles, one of the lowest miled Super Snakes we've had. I believe it is the lowest mile 13 and 14 model we've had, and definitely the lowest hole shot we've had. We've had 4 of them, probably making it seem like the hole shot is a lot more attainable than it really is. I'm gonna throw a number, and I'm guessing there's around 30 total hole shots, and even that might be a little high. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 25 in the 13 and 14 model years. This car is finished in the gorgeous ruby red metallic. So much flake, so much metallic depending on how the light hits it, with the black matte stripes, and those stripes with the real big center stripe and the 2 side stripes along with it are distinguishable for Super Snakes. That is a special stripe package only for Super Snakes. So some of the standard package exterior components. You have the functional Shelby Super Snake hood, which is fiberglass. You have your carbon fiber front fascia splitter, aluminum hood grille inserts. On the back, where the trunk is, you have your Shelby deck letters, Super Snake badging, and front fenders. That matte black striping, could get it in a couple other colors later on in these years. Initially it was just black, but you do see other stripe colors as well. On this color, I don't think anything would look as good, obviously, as the black does. Front brake ducts, behind the door side scoops, and on this, I absolutely love the quarter window scoops. We've seen them before where we had black off plates to make it look smooth, but on this car, I love the side scoops. I don't think Mustang nailed it as good as they did in 2013 and 14 of having a modern muscle car with the performance that really looks like your classic Mustangs of the 60s. This is the year, the generation to have in terms of modern muscle cars when it comes to Mustangs. Interior, the CSM consecutively numbered engine plaque, Super Snake door sill plates, you have your Super Snake floor mats, aesthetic engine kit, love this option, with the billet fluid caps and dipstick handle. So under the hood, it looks like jewelry because you have your polished Kenny Bell supercharger, and then the billet caps all around it. They do not all come like that. We've had a handful with that option, and every time I just love that option. It looks so much cleaner, so much well kept under the hood with that option. Your A-pillar mounted gauge cluster with Automito carbon fiber face gauges showing you your boost, fuel pressure, oil pressure. Shelby Super Snake embroidered headrest. Love the two-tone interior in here. That's not something you see often with the Super Snakes. Center console with Shelby Super Snake logo. Your Borla catback exhaust system. Shelby supercharger upgrade. The 1,000 horsepower Kenny Bell supercharger, which is polished, and the whole shot to give you 1,000 horsepower. Ford Racing suspension lowering springs. We mentioned the brake calipers being Shelby. The white ball billet short throw shifter. Cold air intake Shelby performance cooling package. 20-inch Shelby wheels on all 4 corners. Here they're matte black. Center cap being the Cobra logo. We have never had a Super Snake with the Cobra logo in the center cap. Again, just a nice little touch, really unique. Again, something small, but definitely cool and unique on this car. It's sitting on Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires. The fronts are 255 by 35 and the rears 295 by 35. You have your Shelby E-Box suspension, interior package, and also the Watts link. So back in 2013, this car got done. It's a 2014, but obviously they released them a year in advance. The window sticker was $62,000 and change for the GT500. Right now, to find a Shelby GT500 like this, 1,100 miles, one owner, you're going to be spending more than $62,000. The Super Snake package was $46,000 back in 2013. We've had Super Snakes that were done in 2017, 18. That package was more than the $46,000, and as many of you know, and why the Shelby Super Snakes have taken an increase is they closed out the program. So 500 total units were going to be made or allotted for every year from 07 to 14. That stopped, we want to say around this time last year, close to it. Whatever was built, that's it. So for the 13, 14 years, I don't know exact numbers. We were hearing somewhere between like 180, I think, for 2013, give or take, and probably somewhere close to it for 2014. No year was ever close to reaching that 500 cap limit. So once they closed the program, that was it. Whatever production was for those years is what it sat at. So a lot of times people would reach out to us and say, well, I'll go buy a GT500, send it back to Shelby, get my Super Snake. You can't do that anymore. And at the end, you were paying more for the options than you were in 2013, obviously. One of those being your whole shot package. So we had the black whole shot car that I mentioned, wide body, and the whole shot package for that car was $35,000. On this car, because it was done in 2013, he got a deal and it was $22,000. So you have $62,000 for the car, $46,000 for the Super Snake package, $22,000 for the whole shot. And there's also some PPF on the high impact areas, which is awesome because it keeps the car well preserved. So with that whole shot package, you were getting the Shelby Performance custom grind camshafts. You were getting the dyno tune with custom tuning, Shelby American Racing headers with high flow cats, Shelby Torsen posi unit, Shelby Thumper tensioner, Shelby anti-hop traction suspension package with frame strengtheners, Shelby Super Twin Performance clutch package, Shelby Innovators and balancer, and the whole shot package along with the labor. So you were saving in 2013 almost $13,000 to get that whole shot package. So at that time, 62 plus the 46, 108, plus the 22 is 130. And like I said, you were saving a good amount of money at that time on this car. Today, probably looking at spending at least $70,000 for just the GT500, and you can't get the conversion made now because they closed out the program. So say at the end you were able to, one of the last ones, you're spending 70, probably 50 for the Super Snake package is 120, and another 35 for the whole shot is 155. And that would be honestly a good deal on a car like this. Take a look at the full listing on our website. We've attached the link in the comments section. Binders full of paperwork with all the receipts, your certificates, everything item by item that was done to the car. We didn't want to get into too much of that because the video was running a little bit long. Everything's there, all the paperwork, one owner, awesome car, great example of a car that you're never going to see again. They're not making any more of them on this 2014 Super Snake. Love the fact that it's a one owner. Obviously the whole shot is a huge bonus to the car and making it so unique. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and be on the lookout for our future inventory and continue to share with your friends. We really appreciate it.